Hi, everybody.
Hey.
Hey.
We have COVID.
We have COVID.
We can start with that.
Yeah.
We're getting over it.
Yeah.
So if you've watched Coffee Time, which, by the way, Monday's at 9. You'll be on tomorrow at 9.
Yep.
As people are watching this.
Yeah, for the past 2 weeks, you had to fill in one because I was traveling,
Yep.
and then last week I still was not better.
And I think while you were traveling, you got COVID
I
on the
think
airplane.
So. You know, I'm still a little confused. Do you remember July 4th, which was a Monday? And that's when I woke up on Coffee Time and said my throat was hurting a little bit. That's when everything started for me, and it never really went away.
I tested negative, tested negative, tested negative, tested negative.
Yep. Not just at home, but at the doctor, because I did go to a center care, like a patient first urgent
they tested
care.
you negative.
They tested me, and that was right before I traveled, because I felt it settling in my ears, so I didn't want to travel on the airplane with an ear infection brewing.
Yep.
That came back negative, and anyway, our whole house has COVID now.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're getting over it now. So, I mean, you're not asymptomatic, but it's been, 7 or 8 days since your positive test.
Yep.
It's been 5 since mine, so I mean we're not like out in public.
No,
so
we're not.
We're not wearing masks right now because we're in a car together. We both have COVID. So, it's been a good time.
COVID sucks.
COVID sucks. Vaccines are good because pretty mild. It feels like I've had a bad cold.
I've had a bad flu.
Yeah.
And that I think is interesting too. My son in Virginia, he actually tested positive, the first of all of us.
Yeah.
He is in great physical shape. He also had the vaccines and the boosters. Yep. He did not feel well, but he did not have the same lying in bed.
Yeah,
freezing colds and sweating and complete body aches. There was one day where I literally didn't have the energy to open my eyes until 2 o'clock.
The day he tested positive, he was like, he was going to go for a 4-mile run. He was like, I'm fine. And he was going to see some of his friends, so he was like, let me just test just to be sure. And I was like, what?
Yeah. Well, interestingly for him, he said that he was drinking a cherry Coke and it didn't taste right.
Yeah.
And
so
that
that's
was what, that's what clued him in. Speaking of, I do not have a great sense of taste. You want me to pull in?
Yeah. Sunday Drive. We're driving around Flamingo Crossing today.
Yeah, we're just going to
show you some of the new stuff. So coming soon, what's that say? The Hash House. Coming soon. 5 guys there in front of us. So we'll show you some of the stuff that's coming soon as we go. I'm trying to format this stupid card in this GoPro on the side.
It's never.
I think we're only going to have that side. Oh, yeah. Little Miss Critical. Because everything was terrible, so.
I looped you this.
And of course you did. See?
All right.
I'm in charge of the technical things. You're in charge of the
driving.
Guess what I just realized? What?
I have my bedroom shoes on.
That's funny.
I walked out of the house and wasn't completely dressed.
Well, so anyway,
yes.
One thing you may notice if you watch me on Coffee Time, because I filled in for Amy because she was sick, and that was the worst day probably for you, sickness-wise. You're now you haven't been coughing like this all day, and then now you're coughing. But I think it's just because we're talking. By the home 2 suites, you can't really see them because the thing is still formatting.
Do you want me to go this way then?
I don't know. I want you to go over in those shops over there.
Okay. Well,
So turn in there. Okay. Actually, turn in there.
Yes.
Anyway. So, but that on Coffee Time, I told you where we were going to go on our Sunday drive today. Well, we're not going there, and it was partly a test to see if Amy would watch my Coffee Time. She said she did, but I told you where we were going today.
I started and I got halfway through,
and it was boring. It was awful.
That's not true.
It was awful.
It's not true, honey.
No, it was bad, but no, it wasn't bad. It was fine. Okay, so this is Flamingo Crossing.
All right, yes. More shops are here, and I will say there's a 5 below here. That's where Elson would come and get all the squishmallows.
Yeah, my point about the thing is we'll do that drive next week when we're feeling better. I just didn't want to subject Amy to it because it was going to stress her out.
So, so you can see the Flamingo Crossing, the little retail map. I mean, so obviously most of these are
Japanese barbecue there.
Elite something or other.
Advent Health Primary Care.
Advent Health Primary Care.
Encore Nails and Spa.
Nice.
But here's an exciting one over to the left, which we do have a camera over there. Ben and Jerry's right there.
Whoop.
It is open and active.
Can I? It's open?
Yeah. Persimmon Hollow Brewing. I will tell you something. You can get a beer around here if you want.
Yeah.
There's like every shopping center that's opening has a brewery of some kind.
Ice cream would feel good on my throat.
It would. We'll come back when we're done.
All right.
So what we're going to do today is we just wanted to show you, go that way. Just go take them past the 5 below, even though, again, can't see out this camera because this thing.
I have Persimmon Hollow. Yeah, the
still formatting. Let me see if it'll let me turn it off.
5 below.
lots of stuff coming. One thing that is not coming, you can tell them.
Nick-fil-A?
Nick-fil-A is not coming. So we told you that our son. Yeah, this whole thing's freaking out. This camera's freaking out. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
That is a Residence Inn over there.
Mm-hmm.
So Nick-fil-A is a place where our son worked over in Dr. Phillips.
Yeah.
For a while, and they were going to open in the shopping center.
Mm-hmm.
And our son had stopped working at the one in Dr. Phillips at the end of the school year because he was preparing to come work at the one here.
Right.
That whole company ceased no more.
Oh, and you know what? They had some really
That was
amazing,
a good idea. Yeah, it was cool.
Amazing food, but
Simply Capri.
The food industry is, excuse me, is very difficult.
Yeah, it is.
And I do think this would have been. I think he said their original plan though was that they were only doing takeout.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a good idea or a bad idea.
Well, I
to
think
be quite
here
honest.
it probably is. So
yeah, I mean, this is very tourist ridden. It's also Disney cast member.
yeah, I mean,
there's a lot of.
Pretty much, if you see young people kind of walking around, we're gonna make the assumption that's Disney
Right.
College program
But
people.
what's nice, because look at this, look at the bridge that kind of takes over.
It goes over, yeah.
Yeah,
So in
so-
front of us is Firehouse Subs. Mm-hmm. There is a Skyline Chili coming right. It might
do you want
be
me to
right
go to
there.
the right, or do you want me to go to the left?
Go to the right and then make a U-E and then come back and then. Well, is this Western? Yeah, this is Western. So just go to the right and let's just go.
Oh.
So we showed them a little bit of that because what we're going to take you is somewhere new, a new community.
PDQ.
So so we got a Huey Magoo's. Wendy's. There we go.
Now we're talking.
Okay. We enjoy our fast food.
No.
So this is the Flamingo Crossing campus of the Disney College program. These are the villages where they live. So
you can see the buses that still transport them to and from the
and you
parks.
simply know they just do a good job.
Oh,
You just know they do. At some point, we should interview someone or go over there and see if we can see how they live there. But it is run by a dorm company, like that does college dorms. So it's that kind of feel.
Yeah.
So we are going down Western Way now. So Flamingo Crossing is behind us. We're headed toward Avalon Road.
Correct.
So if we continue down this road, we would go to Fleming's Road, which is Encore Ovation.
Correct. And if we
which I
kept
might even
going-
tell you to go straight, just to go down there, because we can show them Gem Groves.
Yep.
Let's do that.
Okay.
New stuff.
But we can also, just as a reminder, that's the road that's going to be connecting to Sawgrass Bay Boulevard, which
eventually.
again, we've referenced this many, many times, but
Lots of different ways. And by the way, if you went straight back behind us, you'd go into Disney.
yes, correct.
I mean, like right there.
Right.
Oh,
Yes.
my camera is just
I know, honey.
died.
It's okay. We're all a little. I feel like we're a little bit not quite put together.
I think that's true.
I mean, my shirt is wrinkled. I have to tell you, I've lost so much weight that
Not from COVID.
well, some of it's
On
from COVID.
purpose. No, I know. But
I've COVID has made me lose weight
Yeah.
that I didn't want to lose. That's just because there's been no appetite or anything.
Right.
But anyway, so I have this skirt that's rolled over 3 times. Doesn't match my shirt, by the way. I feel like one of those commercials about you having your Zoom meeting and you're only put together from here up. Pretty much the way I feel right now.
Okay.
I do have bedroom slippers on.
Nice.
And that was an accident. Anyway, all right, so
Go
yes,
straight.
so we're going
Go straight, and then we'll take a right because
Yes,
we're going to show
dear.
you. Okay, but I'm telling them. So in front of us is Encore Ovation, with new phases coming.
Yes.
If you kept going, you would then go to into Sawgrass Bay. You can't get there now,
Correct.
unless I guess you built a ramp and you could jump. That was going to be the big surprise.
Yeah, that's not happening.
But tell them about what's coming up here up on the right,
What do you mean?
across the street from Encore Ovation.
Well, Encore Ovation has more land across the right. You talking about Dreamfinders?
Yeah.
All right, will you even tell them?
Well, I mean, it's just so they bought more. It originally on the map, I believe, is called Gem Groves, but I think they're just going to make it more of Encore Ovation. But you tell them about. So there's a beautiful lake back there,
Well,
and
I don't like it when you do that because I don't know what it is that you want me to tell them.
I want you to
Let
know
me
about the
just
floor
tell you-
plans that are possible
Where?
in that new section.
For who?
MI Homes.
I don't know, and that's why
I know, but speculate.
Okay, but this is what I'm saying. I don't like to speculate because I don't work for the builder, and I've already asked the builder, and the builder does not know, and they have not confirmed. I will tell you that there are larger home sites, I believe, to be about 85 feet wide, that will be cut.
That tells you something.
Which tells me it's going to be on the larger home sites, which in my mind, if I were purely to speculate, which I am, I would mention to you that it is probably some of their larger floor plans,
Yes.
like the Grand View or the Serenity and some of those other larger ones.
Or similar, yeah.
That are very Brookhaven's,
Yep.
some of the more iconic, more luxury, high-end homes. But I'm speculating there. That's why I don't want to say anything, because none of that, I'm not even supposed to know some of that stuff.
But we don't have to speculate here. That's a new street.
This is,
called Plumpton. Plumpton Drive.
Plumpton.
That sounds like an old British, magistrate.
So this is part of the MI, their new phases.
Yep.
Again, everything across the street. And I have people that are asking me about this. This is not going to happen until that happens.
Well, yeah.
So, so sometimes when we say things that are, a year or more into the future, kind of goes to something else we wanted to touch on today, which is the unknown build time. Do you want me to go straight? Or
no, make a loopy. No, and actually, that's where I was going with this. So,
yes.
So we have had some. So interest rates going up.
Should we loop through the community? Or?
No, I mean just
move back.
Yeah, go back. I mean we've been through it before. It's lovely.
Yeah, it's lovely. It's grand.
The model in front of us. It's the Newport. So.
Hello, John Sparrow, my favorite site agent ever.
Interest rates have gone up.
Yes.
Inventory is up a little bit.
It is.
D.R. Horton has added a bunch of inventory at the Waterley neighborhood. Things are selling much more slowly. Mm-hmm. Things are still building very slowly, right?
Yes.
So we have had some of our clients who are under contract to buy, I think, reasonably and logically going, what's going on?
What's up?
So they call you and they say what?
Well, I mean, it's by the way, it's not just my clients; it's everybody.
Of course.
It's just that I have a lot of clients that are contracted in new construction, and I don't blame them. The nervousness, the stressful situations, the unknown, the lack of visual progress on their homes wreaks havoc with their timeline. They have lives, they have families, they have jobs, they need shelter. Some of them are selling existing homes. They need to time that out. Some of them have already had to sell, and so now they're renting, and now their lease is expiring, and now they're going to be like totally gorged with crazy month-to-month fees.
Oh, yeah.
And that's and an example is, I have a client that was saying he's paying a little under $2,000 a month now, and when he has to go month to month, it's going to be at $4,000. So, and without any real indication, and it's stressful. So I completely understand that. There are some, I know, right? We're a mess. There are some who they're looking just to say, you know what, forget it. I've been waiting too long. I don't see any progress. Interest rates now are making me, it's increased my monthly mortgage amount to the point where I can't afford it anymore.
Go slow if there's nobody behind you. I'm looking for this magical sign.
So there's a lot of nervousness, and there's a lot of concern, and it's all over the place. So let me tell you what I tell my clients. I'm always their advocate, but part of me being your advocate is also being your advisor and telling you from the very beginning. And I will tell all of you, whether you're my client or not, if you were considering, there it is.
We're coming back to this. We'll talk about this in a minute.
New construction is a legal and binding contract.
Yep.
You cannot and should not enter into it unless you have complete understanding of what you're signing, and that even though I give you that comfort, what do you want me to do? What? Okay.
Yeah.
Even though even though you understand, that our contracts here in Florida are standard, there's things that we talk about, which is the builder has 2 years to build your home. That's never even been a question before as to whether or not it would take that long. And right now, it could very likely take that long.
A couple of clients right now have been under contract for 18 months.
Yes.
Bare lot.
So it's, so that's a challenge.
Yep.
But the builder is still within their legal timeline. There is no guarantee of interest rates. You know that going into it. You're never allowed to lock in, traditionally speaking, till about 30 days before. Right. Obviously, there's some loan structure, different programs and things. Generally speaking, that's the way it's always been. Now it's a little bit more worrisome because there is a huge unknown with the interest rates going up, which, by the way, even going up is still a heck of a lot better than it ever used to be. So, but when you put
but we're getting there.
You put it in a perspective of what that does to your monthly payment. And I see their nervousness. So, and then people want their earnest money deposit back. Please keep in mind, if the builder still is within their legal guidelines of their contract, and if you are, for all intent and purpose, still qualified, still approved by the lender, you deciding to back out is of your own free will, and the builder is not obligated to play nice, and they're not going to.
They're not gonna, yeah. So,
that's the thing that you just need to know. You want me to come pull through here for a minute? Just to kind of...
Sure. Just make a U and then go back, and then we'll but,
sure.
So, what's hard about this is that we completely and totally understand.
Yes.
It's heartbreaking and difficult, and this is people's lives. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of money.
It's life saving.
In some cases, we're talking about not $25,000, but which is still a lot of money. We're talking about $75,000 or $100,000 that people have given. Toll Brothers models, by the way.
Yes.
Again, we're still waiting for them to restart construction here.
So, I'm sorry, I'm going to interrupt you. I'll give you a little update on some of that.
Okay, we'll do that in a second. We don't want to come across like we're saying, "Hey, too bad, so sad." That's not what we're saying.
No.
What we're saying is we totally get it.
Right.
It is a very difficult situation, and it's why right now, I think unless you've got an extended timeline, resale is a very appealing.
Yes.
Because if nothing else, by the way, so let's think about.
Because it exists.
Yeah, and if you bought right now a home at your best bet to get a home where they're going to progress and you're going to get in there sort of in the time frame is Waterley right now, around here, D.R. Horton, because they've been releasing them at an advanced stage of construction. So
do you want me to go down?
I'd go that way.
Left.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
but what I'm saying is a lot of these builders will lock in an interest rate for you right now. Some of them will, some of them won't.
Most won't.
But D.R. Horton is one that has been doing that. But if you buy a resale, you can lock in your interest rate Monday morning. Like you contract on a resale on Sunday, call your bank on Monday, lock your interest rate because you're probably on a 30-day close.
It's definitely more advantageous to go resale right now. Yep. Candidly, because you just exactly said it. You're able to remove most of the unknowns. You know when the home is completed because it already exists. Yep. You know what what interest rate you can lock into and when you can lock into it because you are within that window.
Yeah.
And so you've just removed a lot of that stress and that hassle. Now that being said, I know that a lot of people really like the new construction process. I do too. I love it. Yeah. But it is wreaking havoc right now. And so for instance, here's an example. Did you know one of the largest... Do you want to go left, by the way?
All right.
Are you sure? Okay.
Yeah, because someday we're going to go down there and take you across toward Champions Gate.
All right. So one of the largest HVAC companies that was working for the builders out here, in charge of many of the builders' air conditioning, HVAC units, has decided to go out of business in their residential and only focus on the commercial. So what do you think has happened to all of the builders right now?
I did not know that. Oh my God, I didn't know that.
So all of these builders now are freaking out because they don't have HVAC suppliers. And I won't say all of them because they don't all necessarily use the same company. But yes,
the ones that did.
That is an update that just came across my email the other day.
Yeesh.
And so not only do we have building material issues, we've talked about HVAC before because of the coil within the ductwork. Yeah. Now we're talking about flat out a company said, you know what, we're canceling our residential.
I'm going to stop you real quick just because we're here at the thing. And you can't stop and you can't go in there.
Yeah,
but Serenaded Ovation,
yes,
because we're passing it right now.
Yes.
I want to mention that's Dreamfinders. Mm-hmm. So again, Ovation is a village in this area. And so Serenade is 200 and something homes, 227 I think, homes. And just as you mentioned, who knows, right? So you see they got like sewer pipes to lay in. So I mean we're talking about a year before we ever see a house going up, probably. That's a guess.
Even with Meritage at Silverleaf, right? So we've got clients contracted over there, and when they did their very first lot release, the first thing they said is it will probably be 1 year,
right? And
we're like, totally fine, not a problem.
And we heard 18 months.
Yeah. Well, because it's kind of important to go all of, to think of all of that with a grain of salt. So anyway, with new construction, we feel your pain, we see your pain, we totally understand. It is a bit of a bear, Builders are definitely changing what they're doing. As Eric mentioned, Waterloo is probably, if you're looking at new construction, that is still a fantastic place to go. Not only is the community amazing, but they are releasing inventory. Some of them, when they are at stage 4 of construction, have additional incentives attached to them. Some of them you can lock in at a 4.99% interest rate. Remember, I don't work for or represent the builders, so that was as of yesterday. Builders can change their mind 25 times during a day. But when you are a large builder like that and you do have your own in-house under the same corporate umbrella of financing and lending department, perhaps you have a little bit more leverage when it comes to allowing people to lock in on specific rates or buying it down.
Yes. I'm going to give you one more thing, though, that's a little bit of a challenge.
Okay.
So let's...
milkshake. Can we look at milkshakes?
Sure.
Okay.
I won't mention the company, but one company, we have a client who he's like, well, my interest rate's gone up so much that I can't afford the house anymore. But he's qualified through the internal company for that builder.
Right.
And that builder's like, no, you're fine.
You're fine.
But he's like,
no, I'm not.
No, I'm not. I can't afford this. And they're like, yes, you can.
And he's like,
so
no,
it's a little, that's really sticky. That's
it
one
is,
that's, I'm like,
It is very difficult. And, you know, again, it's, don't freak out.
Yeah.
It's all going to be fine. We are just, in the moment, we are in a bouncy seat of the new construction process. And, you know, I got some clients, we're just going to do a quick touching on Del Webb Oasis and West Haven. So there were some issues. You know, there's been an extended delay over there. To my understanding, like the county was requiring them to rip up roads. Not necessarily that anything needed to even be fixed, but whatever, that was creating a delay. To my understanding, Del Webb Oasis doesn't actually have a water issue at the moment, and they're actually starting to pour the slab on the first, I don't know, a certain number of home sites.
Elevator shafts,
for
correct. A lot of apartments. Great.
But I believe that West Haven at Ovation does still have some issues, which is why they're still a little bit behind. And yes, I've got clients that are contracted there as well. So it's everyone just be patient, understand, and you know, we'll just cross our fingers.
And be patient with us. We're driving to the same places the last few times because we just get out of the house, we do a Sunday drive, and do it. Like right now, we're so tired right now. So next week we'll give you a fun Sunday drive in a different location that we won't tell Amy about. Quick shout out to our son. You see his Rolling Loud jacket back there. He's in Miami at the Rolling Loud Music Festival, which is like hip hop music, which he's having the best time.
I know.
I'm an old fuddy-duddy because I'm like, oh really? You know, but he's having a great time, and so that's going on. Coffee time tomorrow morning. Mm-hmm. Talk a little more about this buyer stuff. We're going to get you caught up on sort of what's been happening over the last couple weeks in the market. Please don't listen to these idiots that are like, the market crash is here. It's like, we're just back to a normal market. That's where we are. Anything can happen, sure. Interest rates could go up again. We could have some bigger stuff. But one of the things that we're going to talk about, not we, you. I produce Coffee Time, so I'm like telling you what you're going to talk about. A couple of things that came out in the news in the last week. Orlando is the number one market in the country, not in a good way, for rent increases.
Yes.
Rents are increasing faster in Orlando than anywhere else in the country. That's not great.
No, that's not great. And again, think about all of those people that are only renting temporarily.
Right. Orlando also has the highest vacancy rate in the country for homes. And there's a reason for that, because people have vacation homes, so it's all the snowbirds, their homes are vacant. So like 15% of the homes in Orlando are vacant at any given time. Crazy. You know, here are these people need houses. 15% of them are vacant. A couple other news things just about what's going on in Orlando in the market. So that's Coffee Time, 9 a.m. Monday morning, every Monday, assuming Amy is not ill and I'm not ill. She's trying to get out of it again.
This hurts.
Okay, well, we're going to get a milkshake. So, again, more fun stuff coming.
Yes.
Thanks for your patience with us driving around the same places over and over again, but we just had to get out and go, and I didn't want to take Amy on the trip that I promised you because She was going to freak out. She's not in the mood to freak out. So, anyway.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay. Plus, I have my bedroom slippers on.
Yes, that's true.
True.
All right, so say that thing you say when we're
All right,
when
guys.
we're
Again, thank you so much for watching. Please stay safe, stay well. Definitely stay safe and stay well.
Lord.
Mask up, please. It is not over, my friends, and it is not fun.
Not fun.
Remember, we love you. Happy house hunting.